Tell me why.
You're oddly loud.
Tell me
Hold on.
why.
That's better. Thank you,
That
Backstreet
must
Boys. Okay, let me turn you down a bit. Okay, now introduce the...
Tell me why.
Okay, not that. Britney Spears. What is this?
This
It's a nightmare.
This is the Baking Down podcast with Sugar Cookie Marketing. We are a group on Facebook, about 41,000 bakers strong. And what we do on here is bring you a little marketing nugget and know-how each week. So while you're knee-deep and elbow-deep in flour, you can learn a little something and grow your business.
There's like no consistency to how close you sit to the mic. That's what the difference
Grow
is.
your
Okay.
business.
Usually it's 50 feet away.
Okay.
And now it's fine. And now you're blasting it.
So this is how close...
Can you move your chair back a little bit?
Wait, can I move that back?
Yeah, I know. Whatever it wants
Okay,
to
is
move,
that
but I
better?
feel like you're going to lean in.
Is this better?
That's better if you maintain.
No, listen, I'm wearing my sit-up straight thing. I won't be leaning
That should
in.
be your twin dress. I'm almost convinced to buy one myself.
Really?
I am.
You convinced me to wear it today.
I know because I asked you about it because it was on
I said
my
she's
mind.
going to be looking at
More
my
on
costume.
that later. You have to listen to the whole podcast to understand what we're talking about. Okay, let's just dive right in.
Dive in.
You're in a sing-song mood.
That
Okay, hold on. Just tell them what song this is. And
What is the song? I can't remember.
It's the Backstreet. I wanted that
Yeah,
way.
but what is...
That was not fair to them. The song is, guys, I Want It That Way by Music Travel Love. Don't
It
just
is-
trust the process.
Listen, I love the Backstreet Boys and the way they
Do you
sing.
Music Travel Love the Backstreet Boys?
Yeah, but this is a chiller version.
It's like a guitar, two
It
dudes,
is. Whispering the
like
lyrics.
one of those ones. And if you're like me, which you shouldn't be, but do you, if you're out there in podcast land, just let the same song play on repeat, but probably 50 million times.
I do.
That's me. And you know, if you do that, and then you obviously just wear out the song you can't hear anymore, a year from now, when you hear it, you go right back to the spot where you played it 50 times.
Yeah.
Little time
Yes.
travel tip right there. Okay, what we wanted to talk about this week is called Tomorrow Me.
Tomorrowland.
Okay, whatever. Okay, you want to get whatever's out of your system out of your system?
Okay, I got to get it out. All right, go.
So this is based on a thought when we used to, my dad used to volunteer at church, so we'd clean up after church services were over, and he, you change out the trash cans and then put in new trash bags. But he would always take out the trash that was full, put in a trash bag at the bottom, and then put another trash liner and, put it around the
Yeah.
thing so it's functional. And I said, why do you do that? He said, because right now I know I have access to the trash bags, copious amounts of them. He said this to me. I was in first grade. He used the word copious. Just kidding. But I don't know if I'll have a trash bag when I need it. So that way the next person, whether it be me or somebody else, that trash liner is there in case everything had run out.
It's planning ahead, basically.
Yeah, but a lot of times when we talk about, people think, oh, planning ahead, I got to do my New Year's resolutions, I got to do this. That is
planning ahead
excessive.
seems, when I say the word,
Big.
so far away.
Big, a lot.
Yeah, distant.
Distant, like I'll get to that. That's a big project. I got to strategize and
Like a
and
2024
implement.
Corey,
Yeah.
not the 2023.
But the concept of tomorrow me is very, very simplistic.
Yeah, because what can you do in
Not a lot.
a day?
You're doing a tomorrow me thing. And the flexible on tomorrow, it can be a couple of days. But these small things that you can do today when you know you have time. Right now, the time we have is guaranteed. Tomorrow, the bandwidth,
You never know.
the things, not like a death thing, but like if you're busy, if you're stressed, if something pops up.
Icing isn't working. You
Yeah.
drop a cookie. Time is of the essence.
So I always like to think, what can the today me do that can benefit tomorrow me? Because I don't know what tomorrow me's got to do.
Yeah.
I know what today me, and I know right now I can. So let me do it so that tomorrow me doesn't have to. So I do the trash liner thing.
You do.
I did it for the neighbor. I had to watch her cats. The neighbor thinks that Corey is the next door neighbor, but I'm not. I'm the next door neighbor, and I know she thinks this because every time I walk outside, her kids say, "Are you the baking twin?" And I say, "I'm so sorry." And yet again, it's been 3 years. I am the non-baking twin, but then they'll go in, and their mom will be like, "No, she bakes the cookies," and they'll come back out. So she thinks that Corey is walking across the street. No, it's me. It's me. So, but she only asked Corey to do the cat
It's
thing.
because she got my cell phone number and text messages aren't allowed.
And you may think, why do they care? Because she pays Corey. But I'm rendering
I
the
give
services.
you half.
Corey gives me half. But I did all the work. She doesn't know my name.
Listen, guys, I did the math. If I drove from my house to here, I would have a loss farther great than just paying Heather half. So Did my little business mindset. Cut my houses.
So I go in, do the cats, but she only texts Corey. You think right now, well, shouldn't you just tell her? No, we have. It's just not clicking there.
I'm not telling her. Not telling her anything.
No, but every time I go in there and she'll be like, are you the snake one or the baking one? I'll be like, I'm the snake one. And then she'll tell her kids it's the baking one.
I'm the baker.
So change the liner in her trash can, but then threw an extra one in there. She's kind of like, what in the world is she doing?
She's like, wow, she wasted a whole bag.
So that's an example of Tomorrow Me. So let's extrapolate how Tomorrow Me can be taken into the baking world. Tomorrow Me, in terms of social media, because I'm going to speak from this side, is scheduling out the post 2 weeks out. Rather than if you're like, oh, I'm just going to sit down and do a couple posts for this week, give Tomorrow Me the benefit of the doubt that they won't be able to, and just schedule it out 2 weeks. You've bought Tomorrow Me a lot of brain.
I see a lot of people post, oh my goodness, I forgot. I had every intention to post, a July 4th little cookie or something, and time got away, and I have totally forgot about it.
And then that's very likely to happen.
Yeah.
Best laid plans of mice and men. We think Tomorrow Me is going to be just setting sail, right? We're just going to be dialed in, but likely life tends to happen. So other Tomorrow Me things that you can do. One I like to think is like supplies.
Oh, when you run out of piping bags.
That is so stressful. Poor Lydia was like, that was me. That was me.
I wasn't going to name her. I was not going to
She's like, I know, that was me. But that stress, it's so multiplied when you absolutely. So if I needed piping bags now for a class we're teaching next month, very low stress situation.
Yeah.
But if I need piping bags now for a class in an hour, extremely high stress situation. So a Tomorrow Me move would be, let me do quick inventory and just make sure, just place the order. If I have extra bags, doesn't, ruin anything.
Yeah. I will say I ran out of sweet pink olive bags. That's what I used for flooding.
Aww.
So I got these. I'm like, oh man, I ran out of bags, but I need to make this Reels challenge video. So I grabbed another bag. The bag is so stiff that it moved the camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whereas the sweeping olive bag kind of is.
You would want a stiff bag for details?
You want a stiff bag for details,
the
but
macarons. When you
flooding.
drop the word macaron in class, they just glazes. There's more glaze than just the icing.
Something that's really helped me is, I will say the botch has made it a lot easier. But having some dough ready to go in the freezer.
A Tomorrow Me move right there.
Oh, because sometimes I'll mess up a cookie. Like I messed up one yesterday. I told you about it. I had to go turn on the oven again for one single cookie.
That's a lot of work that Tomorrow Me had to pay. One that I like is creating templates. If you have I think it might be exclusive to Google Workspace, which is Gmail for businesses, $6 a month, not the end of the world. No. You can create templates for autoresponders.
Yeah.
That is such a, I'm going to have to write the email today, and I'm going to likely have to write the same email again a month from now. I do these for replying to classes when people come and take the classes. Rather than set up Tomorrow Me to have to do the same work twice, Today Me can take that one extra step of creating a template so that Tomorrow Me can just trigger the template. It takes away all the thought process out of it. And that Tomorrow Me is probably Tomorrow Me gains 20 minutes every time I trigger that template.
Yeah. I will say something that you made me do that helps Tomorrow Me all the time is creating a form. We do that on Jot form that says where my dozens start at.
Oh, see, Tomorrow Me would have to
do that
tire kicking question every time, and that awkward exchange of ooh, that's a little expensive.
When you talk about the designs and you're like, this is really jiving, we're on the same page, and you're like, oh crap, I did not bring up the price.
There's Michael B. Jordan Mercedes commercial now. Of course, a good looking guy, and he touches a window and he has all this because it's their electric line.
Oh, nice.
And he goes into electric mode or whatever. But then at the end of this beautiful commercial with beautiful people in it, it says prices starting at whatever
you're gonna know,
right? You're not gonna go to the Mercedes dealership and be like, I had no idea.
This great commercial,
Michael. Why didn't you tell me?
Right, it has helped. In guess what? I never know the sales I don't make. Because as soon as they see that little line starts at $70 a dozen, they probably exit off. So there's no wasted time back and forth. But the people who fill out the form,
for people who are on free Jot form, you don't get a wasted submission.
True.
Yeah, because there's a limit on submissions on Jotform for the unpaid.
Yeah. So it's just nice to have the expectation there. So when they finally end up in my inbox, they're primed and ready for the sale. Now we just have to nail down the details. Like you already know, it made you do addition in there.
Yeah. Another thing I like tomorrow me is organizing the files on my computer. It is when you create a file, let's say like, okay, I created this piping practice sheet. Mm-hmm. You have the chance to name the file. Oftentimes we'll do 1111 AAA, like just to get it on the desktop. A today me move, it's going to cost me like 10, 20 seconds. And it's going to cost me some thought is to name it in a way that tomorrow me can easily search for it and locate it. Nothing is more frustrating. Okay, let's pretend in this imaginary me world, you pass away.
Oh.
So I go to your computer.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find...
best of luck.
But that would be a copy. I was thinking about the other day, the way I have my external hard drive structured. Could you... I'm passed away. You're singing my funeral eulogy. Like you're typing it out. You're looking for an image. Yeah. Oh, that's what I got.
Yeah.
Tell me why you died. Can I save tomorrow you? Which is mostly me, because at the end of the day, who's really accessing?
Your folder structures are insane.
Do they make sense?
You do a folder and a folder and a folder and a folder.
Hierarchical structure. Let me pull up. I'm going to break it down.
I've been there.
Here is, okay, so when I have Sam, so I have the external named, so you know which one it is. Then I have, let's say the Cookie College.
What did you name him?
He's just named Samsung T-By, that's what he is.
Okay.
So then I have the Cookie College as a subfolder. Within here, I have them numbered 1 through 10, business info, website, social media. So at the bottom, number 9 is memberships. What do you think you'll find there? Memberships.
Members of the ship.
And then through these, I have 1 through 5, the Cookie College, Baker's Business Basics, Cookie Class Kids, digital downloads, $2 transfer closes. What do you think we'll find in the Cookie Class Kids?
Cookie Class Kids.
Okay, and then here I have April, August, February, January, 2020.
Oh, the Cookie Class Kids.
So you see like the mental, you see the line there?
I just know that when I go into Google Drive, I just type in passwords. And it typically pulls up what I need.
You keep your passwords in Drive?
No, you've put some business passwords in there.
Oh, yeah. Who are you accessing?
If I get a new phone every 2 days, man.
Corey and LastPass. It is about to downpour.
It's about to downpour. Yes. I love being at home for downpour.
Sorry. But back to tomorrow me. Give me some baking tomorrow me ideas.
This is what I have started doing. Especially if you have a cookie cutter collection that's a little out of control.
This feels like a lot.
It's to collect the cutters that you need for your orders for the week on your Sunday. So I have, those little airtight containers I put every cookie order in.
Yeah, with the gray tops?
Yeah, I put
Where did you get this from?
There. Target.
Can you go buy them right now?
Uh-huh.
Those are solid because they're stubbier.
They're flat on the bottom.
Yeah.
And flat on the bottoms means that you can put your not cooled cookies in there and not worry about them bending.
I agree. But they're also smaller. They're not ginormous. So it's not like sometimes a flat bottom thing, me. Sometimes
it's annoying. Yeah. Yep.
But sometimes if they're too wide, then you're like, well, this is hard to put anywhere.
Yeah. So this one is just in it. It can probably hold maybe 3 or 4 dozen uniced cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's nice for transport. Uh-huh. And then you can put it in the fridge without it taking.
And then they stack. So when they're not in use, they're not taking up a lot of space.
The thing I'm trying to convey is imagine getting a cake from Wegmans, like a normal sheet cake. That takes up so much fridge space. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
My
one cake fridge is that one's reserved for the cake. Yeah. That one's got a cake.
Like the whole level is the cake.
He's done for now until the cake gets eaten.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's okay.
I don't know how cake people do it. Where do you have all this storage in your life?
Everything a cake person does is a cookie thing twice or 5 times the size.
Oh yeah, you need to chill your cake. That's 3 tiers.
Yeah, but then they have to do the cake carrier. The thing's huge. You gotta have an SUV to be able to fit that.
Yeah,
thing.
and then you're driving 2 miles an hour.
Yeah, but then even the backdrop's huge. Huge.
Everything's huge.
Yeah.
How does it not break?
I don't know. Cake people.
I saw someone's cake burped the other day.
They burp? Wait, is that when? Okay, let me guess. The air in the cake comes out through the lid that's crusted. The topper.
It came out through the side. And it gave
you got a side belt?
It was a side belt. It came to push the icing out. And she was poking it. and like the air was sucking back into the cake and back out.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like caught
I'm
in
going to
there.
tell this to podcast land. My little sister thought that fart was a bad word, so she called them bun burps.
Bun burp.
You guys can use that as freely as you like. Back to tamari. So how
Collecting the cutters, putting them in
I saw
those
that in
airtight
your
containers.
A Day With Me thing.
It's what I do. It makes my life easier. I don't have to think about it. When I need a cutter, it's almost like going into TJ Maxx. If you need something, you go to
can't
TJ
find
Maxx,
it.
you won't find
It
it.
needs to want you.
Yeah. And while I do try to put my cutters in a formation that makes sense to me, still.
Okay, Corey, for some reason, asked me to make her a dragon eye cutter.
Dragon eye?
Where is he going to end up in storage? Like, what are you going to put him with? The eyeball cutters?
Okay. So in my mind,
think you're
the
gonna.
way
Can I
that,
guess?
Yeah.
Halloween cutters.
Birthday. Because I've only...
Excuse me. She's like, no, Mother's Day, because the mother is a witch. She has the
mother is queen of the dragons.
Daenerys Targaryen.
People have only ordered the dragons for birthdays. Listen, I don't make up the orders. I just make them.
It's so funny because I bet if we had a bunch of bakers here and we were like, you all here's a drag, like if this was like a reality show for bakers,
absolutely,
we'd be like, here's a dragon eyeball. Let's see where you guys. None of you would be walking to the same place.
I think they probably should put it in the animal one. It's technically an animal.
You have birthdays.
You know what?
Animals have birthdays. I
don't know. See, like I'm saying, when I need a cutter, I cannot find it. This mindset of putting that in the birthdays.
Yeah, I was gonna. He's not even being made. You're making him in a reel.
Birthday.
Yeah, but that is a weird cutter to store. Dragon.
I have
eyeball?
a lot of weird cutters. When I first started, I was like, this will never be anything. I'm going to be the person who bakes weird cookies. So the amount of weird cutters that I own.
Oh, that was your theory at the beginning? Mm-hmm. Not mermaids and horses?
No, I thought it was just going to be a hobby and I was going to make some
What was
funky
weird?
things.
Like, what were you going to...
I have the most random cutters I've ever...
What is your most...
Most random?
Random. The opposite of Nancy's cutter.
Remember you made me the beads one?
That would be... I gave that.
That was pretty random. That never, ever have had to make that.
It was... Okay, so Corey, we thought it'd be funny when the beads were all the group inside joke. Mm-hmm. Where are my beads? We thought it would be funny to make a bead cookie cutter. I think it was like over 6 inches.
Yeah.
We had given it some
had
stability.
A little curl in him.
Yeah, so they could, like, was it fragile? I think he was. I think you had to let him harden up just a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looked just like
a bead.
A bead.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But that would be that. So where is he? Where's he living?
See, so I have this one. Because you want to talk about I have this giant 10-gallon tub of cutters that make no sense. Like, where would I put the bead?
So would you just like close your eyes and feel through it to find?
Sometimes I look in there. A lot of times, whatever's in there, I have not needed to use more than once.
They're all mine, aren't they?
Listen, tomorrow me can figure it out.
Okay. So back to tomorrow me. I do like the Sunday reset. Mm-hmm. Something that you can do is wipe down the kitchen every night. I hate it.
I hate it because morning me is going to be rushed.
Yeah. So we know that tomorrow me. We know that tomorrow me is likely not going to want to do it just as much as current me. But right now we know that current me can. We don't know tomorrow me. Nothing is guaranteed for tomorrow me. Yeah. But we can guarantee tomorrow me just a little bit more space mentally. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and then the benefit of, if we do it every day, then weekend us doesn't have to do a whole deep clean.
Yeah.
So tomorrow me isn't this huge, like, hey guys, I'm going to learn how to code. No, tomorrow me is like, hey, you know what? I'm going to get another roll of toilet paper in the bathroom upstairs. Like, it's just the smallest thing you can do. It seems almost irrelevant to even do it, but it just sets you up for success tomorrow that's very minuscule. You'd never brag about it to somebody.
You would never say, oh my goodness,
2 toilet paper rolls up there, ready to go.
Hey, but when you're out of a toilet paper roll,
it's few things.
Here's the thing, like, inventorying your boxes that you most likely, use every week, especially if it's like the window boxes for a dozen or 2 dozen, knowing like, okay, I have 5 left, and then placing the order for the next batch of 20. When the 5 run out, you're not being like, oh my goodness, I have to run to Michael's to get their giant ugly cake box.
Amazon had a couple years ago, I don't think it ever took, and I'm not sure if they discontinued it. They had a tomorrow me idea.
What?
They were refill buttons. And the reason why they didn't work is because
kind of subscribe and save.
it was before Scribe and Save, but what it did, but the issue is it was tied to very specific products. So you couldn't just tie it to any product.
Oh.
So let's say you had your detergent. You pour the last round of detergent. If you hit this button, it would automatically use your smart home devices to reorder that detergent. Of course, but you could only use that specific detergent, which means they were making gain, pay them $1 billion to force the button. Right. So that's why it didn't work as well. But the concept being that they had Tomorrow Me in mind. If you press this button today, Tomorrow Me gets the detergent without having to do anything. Another cool thing about this, and this one didn't work at all, is they had one that was based off of weight. It was a scale. So as you use detergent, it would have a trigger weight point.
At which so crazy.
Yeah, I think you can still order it, but a lot of people say it just isn't dialed in enough.
You know
but
what I've been using lately? Detergent pods.
Yeah, I've used those.
Pods
are
my
favorite.
Nice. You don't even have to think. You just have to
so every once in a while, a little skin is on.
Yeah, a little skin. Little skin will get there, and then you'll have to rewash whatever that is.
When the skin gets on, and that thing is like your buddy.
It's like tape. It's almost like a fruit roll up dry to your leg. Yeah.
And it makes your clothes look gnar. Once I accidentally didn't see the skin and I put the bed sheet on and I was like, what is on my foot? But yeah, so that kind of Tomorrow Me, I really liked that concept. You can make Amazon buttons like that. Not as like click one and done, but you can use those RFID stickers.
Filling up the car before deliveries. I'm just saying.
Filling up the car on the weekend when you know you have time.
Because you know why? When you need to fill it up, it will be torrential downpour. Mm-hmm. The kids will be acting a mess.
Mm-hmm. And there'll be a line. And one pump will have been closed.
And there will be traffic.
There will be traffic.
Yeah,
so
that's just how
a
it works.
Small Tomorrow Me thing.
Mm-hmm. And every time I don't do that, I'm like, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'm always like, oh.
Tomorrow Me looks back at yesterday me and says, why, man? Why did you do that? Yeah. You knew you had time. You knew you had Netflix going. You didn't know I did.
Yeah.
So that's the big concept here. We did not create a list, which is why we're kind of going around.
We didn't do a list.
I know. The rainstorm went through me. Do we have any more Tomorrow Me ideas?
I've been really carrying this tomorrow.
You really have? Well, because nobody wants to hear what I'm going to say.
No, yours is good. Yours is like online stuff.
I like Tomorrow Me today to set up Zapier. So Zapier is basically, imagine two websites that can't talk to each other. Zapier has its hands extended and shakes the hands of both websites. That's all the website did. So it lets two websites talk to each other that otherwise couldn't. It's called webhooks because they hook two websites together. Setting them up, slightly pain in the butt, just slight learning curve. But what it does is set up Tomorrow Me that I don't have to manually input data. So an example of a webhook from Zapier is if you took a Square order and you want to add them to your newsletter list. Yeah. Manually doing that, every time you have to open up two different websites, you probably have to download a spreadsheet, then you have to upload a spreadsheet. We're looking at 15 minutes.
Yeah.
For today me to take the L and set up Zapier, Tomorrow Me saves 15 minutes every time. Yeah. Now, what Tomorrow Me gets to do is just use that mental energy to write the newsletter that has the compelling copy and has the tagline has a click-through rate, things like that. A click-through rate.
That's all right.
Usually you nail me to a crossword.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice. Okay. Cornstarching. What? Never have I wished I cornstarched. Yes.
Can you explain to the crowd?
So when you go to bag, say if I made an order today, and it had either an Eddie cookie in it or something with edible marker on it, and I wing it. And I say, you know what? I'm tired. I don't want to bring out my batch of cornstarch and put it all over the cookies. So
tomorrow he's going to have a lot of stress in that blade.
Yeah. Then tomorrow, the stress of tomorrow, you bagging those, being like, I didn't cornstarch it.
That's a great way to find out where Tomorrow Me should be thought of, is imagine if this worst thing happens, what you will feel like.
Yeah. I know I give Tomorrow Me a lot of stress when I bake the last minute. Like, I don't give myself a chance for error.
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow Me, if you guys want the technical side, I like to schedule emails. That way I never have to remember that an email. Yeah. I sit down and I write the original, the follow-up, and the reminder all at one time, and then I have them scheduled to go. My brain is able to completely release itself from the thought of, I got to remind that person to pick this up.
My new thing is if I know I'm going to use it, get two of it. Mostly with the Bakey to Bake Royal Batch meringue powder, it sells out.
That's a Tomorrow Me thing to buy. Meringue powder, people like it. It does sell out. That would be a lot of stress when you need it. And I see people saying, "Oh, it's sold out. I need something quick."
Yeah.
Then what? Okay, go get you some Wiltons
But
or
then
whatever.
you have the stress
of
the whole time using Wiltons. Like, is
it going to
be
bleed?
good?
Bleed?
Yeah, but sometimes people are like air bubbles, all these things. Anything that went wrong, you would just blame it on not having your meringue powder that you normally use.
Okay, starting to thunder. Starting to thunder.
So if you know you're going to go through it, it's
if you
not
know
going to
your
go
party's
to
extensions,
please stop. Then get the 2 bags of it, so you're not left like that.
That's a great one. Mm-hmm. So we talk about supplies. I really like the cutter organization. I like the dough, and I like the technical aspect of scheduling. I know this is all stuff that we've talked about, but sometimes when we focus on scheduling out content buckets, that sounds like one of those big guys. A Tomorrow Me move would be like, this is not from a content bucket, but it just is something going up.
It's to me, tomorrow I have 3 dozen cookies due. Odds are I'm going to get so enveloped in making those 3 dozen, I'm not going to log on to the computer because I don't have the time.
You're going to think, though, well, I'll just take a picture when they're done, and that will be my photo. Yeah. When you've baked and decorated 3,000 or 3,000. 3,000. When you bake and decorate 3 dozen, you are exhausted. Tomorrow Me will be tired.
I will say, I hate that I do this, but I have some props and some of my acorn backers upstairs by the window I take photos at.
Okay.
So that when I'm hustling and bustling, I still make time to take.
Annoying to see that. Tomorrow Me in mind.
Tomorrow Me in mind.
I do like that. Hold on, I want to find. Oh, sorry, we signed out of the thing. I want to see if we got any text. I feel like our energy's low.
Energy is low. It's because it's about to rain.
Oh, yeah, it kind of changes the mood. A little sultry podcast here for you guys.
I love being at home for
little rain on the window panes. We should have like some jazzy, like, rainy day music. Podcast poll. Do you prefer sunny days or rainy days?
To bake or
no?
To
just then, if I could, you can only say yes or no.
Sunny.
But to bake,
rain.
Why? Because you don't even have. You're not missing out on anything.
Yeah, no one's doing anything without me.
That's a good one. So any more Tomorrow Me ideas? Are you watching TikToks?
I was.
Great, we're on a podcast. That's when the sound was on.
I know. Just wrap that off. No, that's it for my tomorrow.
Okay, great. I like it. We have absolutely no Facebook Lives. Can you give us a quick recap on how you thought the Sugar My Steak?
We did Sugar My Steak collab, and that was just, it was broad. We went with it. It was broad.
But we wanted to give it a little bit of elbow room. I thought the captions were really solid.
Oh, yeah.
People giving us little inside info.
Well.
Yeah. Really fun to read about these unique places. And then
yeah. And you guys were asking questions in them. But Sugar My Steak collab was all about baking something that related to your technically target audience. So what I did was made these bundt cake cookies in honor of Nothing But Cakes, because the local Lake Ridge ladies group that I'm a part of,
Smart.
We love a
We
bundt
talked
cake.
about it. Would have, could have done that whole little traffic set. I think it would have done well.
It would have done well.
But I actually drew it. It looked like a child did, and I deleted it with a vengeance.
So you know what? Tomorrow Me said,
So we made one big bunt and a bunch of little bunts, and then you stuck the landing with the logo.
I think it needed the logo.
How did you? Was that Bundt Cake's logo?
Yeah,
shape?
it was Bundt Cake's logo. The circle, the cloud.
Did you hand cut it?
It was just a plat cut.
You just did it white. Yeah. That was slick. So, anyways, what Corey leaned into was the fact that this community group that she runs, the Lake Ridge Ladies, really likes. They have the group created the inside joke of bundt cakes.
I invited people to the group using a free bundt cake gift card.
Oh, smart. So she leaned into that, and then the group responded really well to that. To everybody else, it kind of looked like a set you did.
Yeah, they did. They wouldn't know. But the Lake Ridge Ladies who give me a lot of their money.
It was smart. You sacrificed creativity. Absolutely. Creatively bottom. You sacrificed that for the inside joke. That better connected with the community.
Yeah.
But I think everyone did a really interesting job.
I know. It was so fun to see people's takes on it.
Yeah, some things I thought were neat. Somebody found this old house that's historical and well known in the area and cookified it.
Someone cookified their, when you drive into a subdivision, that sign.
Oh, that's a good one.
Whisper Pines, I think it was called.
Oh, that was a good
Pine
point.
Whispers. I don't know. You know if you're hearing that.
Somebody like cookified all the things in their area that people like to eat.
Yeah.
And someone did their restaurants, which was good. So doing the favorite restaurants.
I mean, a lot of people are going to be like, I ate there
yeah, I
before.
ate there. For some
I wonder
reason.
if the restaurant reshared that on their
And
stuff.
so you have 3 ways to really connect there. You have the restaurant saying, oh my goodness, that's us. You have the people. I like to see when people go to places I've been to, especially if they're obscure restaurants. And then you have the whole, this is my area. Hey, people who don't know this area, add these to your list.
I thought it was fun. It was very good.
We are accepting ideas for collabs.
Remember, the next one is going to be my favorite things set. So things about you.
Oh, are you going to do the Olive Garden breadsticks?
Not with an X. I even looked
I
at
posted
that.
that.
Is a actual X.
Yep. I
It
mean,
looks like it's straight from Valentine's
took
Day.
a Sam's University class on mirroring in Fusion 360. It's
It could even
perfectly.
be skis. You're hanging on.
Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility
Don't
there.
cross this railroad track.
Also, that you could do. You know what? We should do that.
Oh, see how
Just
many
say
things you could
everyone-
make
yes.
into. Someone made an octopus from our Under the Sea set
Okay.
into a floral
Did they
arrangement.
flip it?
Yeah, it's
I would like to see
it's
it.
so pretty. And
Some
then the customer's
people-
like, "That is gorgeous," and she's like, "It's an octopus."
Here's my thought. Some people are looking at the world through a lens that I never would.
know.
No one ever. They don't make it in my
I
size.
know. I said, someone would come to me like, I order pizza slice cookies, and I'd be like, no, I only have a pie slice. Sorry, man. Triangles and
Yeah, I think some brains. Okay, like here's the thing. If you told me to draw my face, I would grab the like white tan crayon.
Right? No,
Yours would be an orange. So, but when you watch artists draw, they're like I'm like, don't grab the dark brown.
know.
But they make a shade.
I'm on TikTok and I was
shadow.
like, let's draw a flower. The one he draws at the beginning and marks an X through is the one I would typically draw.
Is it where he does a grid of 4 and they get consecutively
I sent it
better?
to you because I felt like you need to be a
I'll,
drawer.
I'll watch it right now on this podcast.
Okay, good.
We have a couple of texts. Thank you guys so
You can
much.
choose two.
Okay, I'll pick the most recent 2. If you guys want to text in, thank God, it'd be 571-556-5644. The text is actually our opinion on the podcast. Hi, twins. Happy summer. I was wondering if you'd be willing to share some of your favorite business and or marketing podcasts. I need something to listen to while I wait for the next Baking It Down episode. Love and appreciate the 2 of you and all you do for us. I am in.
That's definitely a question for you. I only listen to true crime.
Corey knows how to sell a murder. I really am into listening to finance podcasts currently. Mostly it would be a reality TV version of a finance podcast. So currently liking Caleb Hammer. He just added it to Spotify, but typically I watch it on YouTube because it's live recorded. So you can watch people's expressions. And then Ramit Sethi, he actually got on Netflix, a Netflix show, but he'll interview a couple and then they'll work through their finances together. And really, the guy's more of a therapist than anything because people are like, she spends too much. She doesn't spend at all. But he's like, why? What are you worried about? And then they'll break down their finances. Now, if that could apply to business's money,
Yeah.
I do find a lot of business value in listening to these, but also kind of watching the world burn a little bit. Keeps me going.
True.
That
What's
is
a business one. I know you've listened to businessy ones. The Clear dude.
James Clear doesn't have a podcast.
Oh.
I just get his newsletter on
that's
Thursdays.
what
The
it was.
1, 2, 3. We tried to do the 1, 2, 3 thing, and I was like, well, I am not into this. Get Wednesday.
Yeah, there you
I forgot to do the Wednesday transfer sheet.
Oh, you better get on
I think you
that.
guys wanted stars.
Yeah, stars. Rounded
Stars with rounded
signs.
stars. I have to do that.
The pointy ones kind of break a little bit.
Can't you guys use your imagination to make a pointy one rounded?
We want the identical.
Why? Oh, because you can trace it perfectly,
I don't know.
universally?
No?
Why
What are you
can't you? Okay, that pointy star.
Mm-mm. Not that good. I'm not that talented.
Just give him a rounded edge.
Listen, I can trace. And that's about it.
You take somebody else's idea. Okay, so maybe I'll make the stars real quick after this. So right now, those are. Here's the thing: you're asking for podcasts. I listen to business books on Audible.
Oh,
okay. Audible.
What's some Audible books that you would suggest? I know you're
Currently, I'm
frothing
in a
at the mouth to say it.
psychology vibe right now. I don't know. I'm going to read this one. Algorithms to Live By. It was recommended to me. I don't know what it is about. You can see that I'm very much into toxic relationship advice.
We want to know some business ones you've listened to.
Working. I really honestly have been Discipline is Destiny, The Molecule of More. A lot of this is just about organization. You can see where I'm like going through thoughts and like buying the books around them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll have to find more. That's what I got. Here's one that Ashley recommended. It's The 9 Types of Leadership. She said, highly, highly recommended.
Okay.
I did not get around to listening to it.
Nice.
The Minimalist Entrepreneur.
What's our next question?
Okay.
As you read.
Okay. That is rude. Hi, Heather and Corey. I was wondering if you could give some insight on emails. Prior to joining SEM and the Cookie College, I created a Gmail for my business. It's a generic Gmail account, but that's what I've been using and sharing for a while now. My question is, should I go ahead and create a custom email address like you suggest in the Cookie College? And if so, what should I do with my generic email? As always, thanks for all you do.
Definitely keep your generic one. Since you've already built a business using it, your past clients have that on their Rolodex. So we don't want to remove that one. And
likely it is a lot of your logins.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, we can actually do kind of a marrying of the two. Do I recommend a professional email? Yes. And I would create one and I would use that in all marketing materials going forward. Mm-hmm. In Gmail, it is pretty simple, especially if you're logged into the two accounts at the same time. It's you can change so when you go to reply to an email, you click reply and then it goes to the default, what mine would be Heather at Sugar Cookie Marketing. You can actually get 2 Gmail accounts to be able to send from a single account.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So what I'd recommend is you're going to have old clients still send emails to that old account.
Yeah.
Get that new account to shake hands to it. And then when you click reply, you're going to start replying to the old emails with the new email address. So what's going to happen is the client is going to reply to that email and it's going to move them over into the new account. So that's how I do that. What you can also do is have the old email account forward, and you can choose if you want forward to, forward and delete from my old account, forward and mark as read from my old account, or forward and keep them marked as unread in both accounts. So that will kind of slowly begin to transition people. What I would not recommend is deleting that old account at any time, likely.
Yeah, I still have people emailing my old one.
Yeah, so we'd always want to kind of move them over. Every print and collateral and social, like any place where you can list an email, have it move over. And then I would recommend that you take all your social media logins and move them over.
Yeah.
And then just do that gradually. I think you'd be looking at roughly 6 months to a year to get that fully transitioned.
Yeah, to find all the little...
Yeah, because what's going to happen in the course of a year is that one client who only orders Dragon Eyes on their mom's birthday, they're going to come back a year from now.
All your corporate clients in Christmas.
Yeah, they're going to come back a year from now and they're going to have that old email address. So we want to make sure that they're taken care of. So about a year of that, you'd be kind of making that migration. And then one day you'll realize, oh my goodness, I never log into the old one anymore.
Yeah.
So that is a great question. If just want to explain to people what she asked. Workspace. I'm assuming it's a girl because there's 2 purple hearts. But if you're a man and you're in the college, ayo.
It's raining, pouring.
Oh, look at that moving guys.
The old man is snoring. Go
ahead. What she's asking is workspace. So Google has Gmail, which a lot of us have as personal. You only get, everyone started with Gmail. It's very free. I really do like the tool. I can't believe. Just, hey, sell all my data. You guys get, you deserve it. But what Workspace is Gmail for business, and it comes with a lot more features than just free Gmail, along with that custom email extension. So the difference would be Heather sugarcookiemarketing@gmail.com, and Workspace would be Heather at sugarcookiemarketing.com. It's a very professional way to email people, and it kind of says, like, I'm here. I'm in this to win this. I'll be here tomorrow, and I'll be here tomorrow. Me will be here tomorrow, and tomorrow me will hopefully be here a year from now. I'm not running with your money. Are you watching TikTok?
No, I'm admin. Sorry.
Corey.
Do my job.
Well, that's the...
Do my job.
That is the...
That
text. We have one more text. I don't know.
No.
Okay. We'll just glance it while you guys are...
Who is that?
I love you too. Heather, you're my favorite.
Okay. Yeah,
I think you both are super nice.
Super noise? Noice?
So I guess to learn anything about baking, I have to come to participate in one of your cookie cons. Although lately I've been wondering if any one of my choices are really my own to make. Anyways, can't wait to see you guys. Oh, and here's my question. Can you suggest interesting cookie ideas for the lull after the 4th of July?
We will do that on that week.
That is a great question.
Lullin.
Thanks for saying I'm the favorite. I love you. What was the text from? 423. 423 is my favorite.
Tell them a little bit about college in the cookie class kits, which I've been working on all weekend.
Oh my goodness. Look at the rain.
It's raining. It's porn. Heather loves to state like things that are like we could all see. Like the Google car drove by at lunch, and I had to pause the letter say, "The Google car, we could be fingering."
It is absolutely downpouring.
Downpouring.
That's a nice. See, I had to do it.
What?
Had to let you know it's free.
Just doing it every
Even
minute.
though we were physically the Cookie College is a collection of classes and courses, marketing material, freebie photos, and tips designed to help. You know what? I had to have somebody. I shouldn't tell her personal details, but she's saying, I'm taking a small break from cookies, so I need to cancel the college. But I just want to let you know that when I started that year, that I made $3,000. Then I joined. She signed up when we first launched. So it was back in August 2021.
We're all learning.
Yeah, and she said this year, in comparison to when I started, I'm at $24,000.
Wow.
And this people hate this, but she was like, can you help me with my account to cancel the renewal? And I was like, absolutely. But when I log in, I can see the classes you guys take. Sorry. But she had taken a bunch of the classes. So the Cookie College, the big takeaway is it works if you implement it. And there's a ton of things that you can kind of, go and implement where you can see and stuff. So kind of, if you said, well, I liked whatever you just said about the workspace thing, yeah, you could, sign up for the college and we could get that workspace dialed in.
And it's like a step-by-step video. I'm a very visual learner. Don't try to tell me something.
Show me.
Don't hear you.
I can show you
the world.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Aladdin would like to buy the microphone back.
I'm very visual, so having a video that takes you step by step where you're literally watching someone's cursor go to the right button.
Watching someone curse. You have to. Sometimes it gets frustrating.
But I've been working on the Cookie Class Kits. It's a groovy theme.
That one, it'll be a little bit more of a challenging class, not a kid's class.
More challenging class.
I tell people after I make the PowerPoint which cookies I drop out if you want to make it a little bit easier. Yeah. But this one we did it so you can teach it throughout the year.
Yeah.
Have it in your back pocket.
The C theme we did last time, way easy.
Here's my thought, though. When somebody asks you if you have an intermediate class, I would take this one. I would say, hey, I do. I have this groovy thing. It's really groovy.
It's groovy. It's super cute. Almost done with that. Heather's hopefully going to get it up by Saturday.
Okay, but I have none of the materials.
You've not logged in.
I have none.
Not logged in.
Did you send them?
Yes.
I did not have a shared folder. I'm too organized. So I'm doing a filter. If you send me an email,
have logged in. You wait till the last minute. Tomorrow me says no.
So what Corey's explaining is about to lightning. Is about to thunder so hard. Can they hear? You guys hear that? Right here from Virginia, man.
Did you hear that?
You're like, we did, because we are on the podcast. What the Cookie Class Kits is, it's a secondary membership, but it's actually included in the Cookie College as well. But if you're like, hey, girls, I know Workspace, and I just want to teach classes, Cookie Class Kits is a little bit cheaper. However, bang for the buck, Cookie College gets more. And we are wrapping up our 1 Reel a Day challenge for June, which meant all the college kids, they signed themselves up for that. We do an honor system, and every day you say, I've posted 1 reel. It absolutely changes the social media reach. You can do it on your own. Don't need to sign up for the college to do it. Just the consistency.
With like, what can I film?
Corey's like, here's my toast.
Here's me taking out the trash.
Hey, it helps because people just like to, I'm watching people budget on YouTube.
I watch people do their hair. Look at my hair right now. I don't do it.
Right. So what we did with the Reels Challenge is you just posted one. There was no requirements on what the content was. It was a consistency challenge. And then at the end of the month, June, do we have 30 days in June?
Yeah.
You'll have just screenshot your account reach for the last 30 days.
That is fun to see.
And then we thought July is a bit of a lull, so we're doing a sleep challenge. And I know that sounds like we're phoning it in.
Listen,
I know what you're thinking.
I'm so excited.
Here's the thing. Sleep will make you a better business person. You will make better decisions. You will be more emotionally regulated. And overall, you would just be a more pleasant person because you feel good. And I think a lot of times we sleep on sleeping.
We do.
And the July challenge is just an honor system. What we're going to do is you just say how many hours you slept. By the end of the challenge, you should have slept 24 hours in a day. Just kidding. The whole thing is just, like, I got it. Of course, I sleep 12. What's another? What we're going to do is, hey, here's some tips to implement. Let's see how that changed your sleep. Were we able to increase it by 10 minutes? Do you feel like you slept less? Do you feel like you slept better? Things like, leaving the cell phone out of the room for the next 5 days.
I will say, my husband and me were talking the other day, and he was like, yeah, you woke up so early, you didn't get as much sleep as you normally do. And I said, yeah, here's the thing. I said, if I make a promise to someone about their cookie order or a client about their business, and then I promise myself I'm going to get a full night's sleep, the first promise I'm going to break is to myself.
Yeah.
And he said, you can't make promises you can't keep. So that
Nate
is where...
said this deep stuff.
Yeah, it's weird.
Deep sleep.
So it's more like if you put it as a priority,
Yeah.
and not always stiff yourself when it comes
Kind of like
to
the Profit First book. If you want a good book on business, Profit First. But it's like the profit first of your own mental health.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take care. You got to put the mask on yourself before you help the person next to you. Their little airplane thing. Yeah. Because you're of no help if you're passed out and then the person next to you is passed out as well.
If you stayed up all night making an order and then you have to make a business decision the next day. First off, your tomorrow me the day before was not looking out for you.
Absolutely. So that is what we're kind of bringing into this, because sleeping, if we can get some new, even if you pick one habit from this, and we can talk about it. Actually, there's a podcast episode sometime in July. But if you took one sleep tip away and you were able to bring it into the busy season of Christmas and have just a better overall experience, one, you're staving off burnout. Two, you're letting everyone around you have a better experience. And I know right now you guys just defaulted to client experience, but your family will like you more too. And I think that we kind of forget, like, hey, like those are your kids and you're like home-based business. Like that's your coworkers, essentially.
Yeah.
And I know that you can tell them to go away, and likely they have to. But at the same day, we just want you to feel better. And you can do that. And a lot of it comes down to great sleep hygiene.
It really does.
So that will be the challenge in July. If you join at the beginning of July, you can get it at the beginning. But if you joined July 31st, you get one last final tip.
All July long.
I said, everyone, your college homework is sleeping.
Sounds like I can't wait till the real challenge is over so we can get on to the next one.
So that is a Cookie College. If you want to learn more about it, you can sign up at thecookie.college.com or just read the FAQ section, see people's experiences. You can also ask in the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group.
I know.
If nobody likes it, I'll lock the thread. Just kidding.
We'll delete it.
But yeah, ask people's experience. I had a lady message me yesterday, and she was like, "Hey, she's like, I'm just got started, but I'm one of those all-in type people. Like, should I?" I was like, "Hey, listen, you should go preview everything. You know, just look around, and let's see if it fits the bill, and if not, no sweat.
Nice.
Maybe it fits the bill today. Maybe it fits the bill in 6 months.
Yeah." Next up is, and I have waiting for me, hopefully not in the pouring rain, it's an AE Core Backers order.
Let me add in that CookieCon is for 8 weeks away.
8 weeks?
Do you remember when we were like, when they were announcing where it wasn't? It was like November last year. So Heather Campbell Brookshire, you can search her whole name in any group. She is a Disney adult by trade.
She is.
So she can plan your Disney trip. Now, I know I'm linking it to CookieCon. She's a sponsor of the Florida CookieCon Happy Hour. I'll post more details about that soon. But she can plan your Disney trip for that or literally any other time. I may even think that, and I have to confirm, maybe she can plan Universal trips as well.
Okay.
So what you can do is you can get her to plan. It costs you nothing. She doesn't take any money for it. And she can really, and then what they tell me is that those Disney trip planners have reach that we don't. The common man can't. They whisper in Mickey's ear and like things happen.
Twist Cinderella's elbow and say,
yeah. And so, she can plan out the whole event. You don't have to do anything but show up and spend money. On TikTok, there was this woman and they had taken their kids and I think maybe even the grandkids to Disney. But all she did for the whole week is record his reaction when he got the check at every restaurant. It's hilarious. So if you want to save, can't say you're going to save money, but if you want to save stress, tomorrow, get you some Heather Campbell Brookshire.
Tomorrow me will be thanking you.
That's a Tomorrow Me move. Let Heather Campbell Brookshire's Tomorrow Me do it.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I could have planned it on my own.
It is a lot to manage the parks.
I didn't even know that there was that many parks.
Yeah, the parks in relation to where you're also having to stay and to get from point A to point B.
To me, I thought if I got a hotel on the reservation place, that it included the parks in there. That was untrue.
Can a Disney trip planner, do they factor in like rental cars and air flights? Air flights.
She didn't do the flights.
Heather is monitoring Southwest deals and letting people know.
Oh, nice.
If you go to the CookieCon Florida Happy Hour event in the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group, that's where she's posting like, hey guys, just want to let you know these flights are on sale.
Nice.
And like if you bought a flight, how to match the price and stuff like that.
Wow, nice. All right. It is to our sponsors. Okay. Without our sponsors, we wouldn't have a podcast. So we want to thank our sponsors.
Okay.
The first sponsor is AE Core Backers. It is a food safe backdrop. The ones I get are 23 inches by 23 inches. Perfect if you're taking pictures of cookies, for flat lays. They have taller ones for cakes. Just placed an order that arrived today with some of the new ones that they have. And I think one is called pistachio.
Okay.
Pretty excited about it.
Okay.
They have really gorgeous colors. They have muted colors. They have very vibrant colors. They have wood grain backgrounds, marble backgrounds. One I use a lot is this what?
I'm just gonna say, I'm so sorry. She sent me an email.
You crazy.
Did you read it?
No.
Hold on, I gotta do a little bit of admin. Got a little APB out there. I'm just gonna turn off commenting. I'll go back and clean it up. Sorry.
Are you interrupting?
Yeah.
My sponsors.
Yeah, I want to tell you, did you see the email she sent us last week?
No.
She is, and I'm not even sure if I'm like allowed to tell you guys this, but she is working on some new offerings. Where are you? AE Core. And it's cool. She's actually sending it to you. And I'm going to read some of this. Boop. Okay. Here's what she writes. I'm going to preview it. She says, oh, shoot, I'm at the wrong one.
Guys, quality.
Can you talk while I search?
Literally, you interrupted
while I was
doing
it. Someone said a thread is getting wild out there. Can you go save it?
Why aren't they just looking at themselves?
It's not an admin. It's a member. This has no power. Okay. Keep going.
AE Core Backers is a food safe backdrop. It's matte. So that means it's not going to reflect a lot of your sunlight or your flash if you're using that. It's waterproof, scratch resistant. I just love them. I have a collection of them. Did you find your email?
I did.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. We've been working to bring everyone a new collection. It's actually already shipped to you. Mm-hmm. Do you know what it is?
Pistachio.
Oh, pistachio. That'll be a vibe. Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And then they have a wood one and 2 solid colors. Did you know it was a wood one?
No.
Okay, great. Okay. And then she's calling that the summer collection. I'd also like to tell you that we're working on a new website, which we hope to be launched around the end of this month. Total change. We've reconfigured the way everything can search. It makes a lot more logical sense. The learning process has been slow, but they have gotten it dialed in. So that'll be nice.
Cannot wait.
And this is the exciting part, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to tell, but I'm going to.
Okay.
We have added a line of complimentary accessories. So
nice.
It will make the photography process easier, starting with how to photograph in easy mode. And this is what it is. We set lights for photography.
Wow.
Yeah. It's ideal for those cookiers who finish working late but still need to take the photos and have more natural light. It consists of 2 tripods, 2 independent lights that multiple colors and temperature in just one lamp. So you don't have to have a bunch of stuff. And it can be controlled either from the command on the cable or by a remote control. All you do is just add batteries.
Wow.
What a nice idea. We got a few other simple accessories to get our customers excited about the most tedious parts of the creative process. Reflective and diffusing screens.
Not nice.
That's smart. Pre-wrinkled tea towels for added volume in photos.
Some texture.
That's nice. And a few other surprises that we'll be announcing as the year progresses.
Wow, how nice.
I
can't wait. If you get the lights from them, I would love to see a photo of it, of your setup.
She sent them to us.
She did?
I know. So yeah, make us do us an unboxing and kind of a breakdown.
Oh yeah.
But I would really like if I could submit an idea request.
Maybe.
I would like you to create a photo in daylight, like natural light, and then I would like you to see if you can recreate that photo at night using lights.
Try. That is going to put me to
It's
the
going
test.
to, but I don't. There's like no even. You don't get a bad grade. Every answer's right. I just want to see what it looks like. You failed. You're a loser.
But you can actually save 20% on an AE Core Backers right now using the code SugarCookie at checkout at aecorebackers.com. You won't be disappointed. Put my money on that.
They'll also be at CookieCon Florida if you guys want to check them out in person.
I know.
Moving on, we have Eddie, the edible printer, also will be at CookieCon. Yeah,
right.
Tell us what you did.
So Heather, I want to say, thank you cookies are so fun to make for clients, but sometimes tomorrow me wasn't looking out. You don't have the time. So Heather said, what if we made a thank you cookie branded using your logo
It's
colors?
absolutely phoned in, but it is a 2-second.
I know.
So the concept being you have a bunch of blank circles ready to go in the freezer or fridge, whatever you people do. And then you're like, oh no, I got this order. Didn't give myself enough elbow room for a thank you cookie. Take the circle, put it on a sassy tray or whatever tray you got. Eddie print the thank you. So what Corey's is, she has these punchy, spicy colors.
Yeah, little orange, little coral.
And then she has a logo that's a circle, looks like a cookie with a bite taken out of it. And then we put thank you back in those punchy colors inside of the circle that kind of circles it. So and then she just printed it. Some of them weren't completely centered in your reel.
Oh, for sure. That was my fault.
Oh,
we were
really?
Getting better as we went.
They were. Because as you panned, it was like,
I know. I was like, I got to scooch it down. I couldn't really see. The lighting in my cooking room was not great. And Eddie faces away from the light, so he can face towards the outlet.
So did you use a tray for that?
Yeah, I did use a tray.
So basically, just to kind of, because I don't know if I necessarily understand how the trays work, you print on the tray first, and it tells you where it is.
Yes.
Then you place the cookie where the print is, so you know where it prints the next time. That's where he's going to line
Here's
up.
what I don't know, and I'll have to wrap my head around this, is how do you make the graphics so tiny to make them on tiny little transfers? Like, you're making me like 4x5.
That's
graphics,
as big as the cookie is. Yeah.
But small, tiny
Here's the thing.
ones.
So on Mondays in the Eddie group, there's a vendor money. It's a tray that this lady makes 4 transfers. Like, it's like somehow related to that tray.
The thing is, all the trays are flat and fit the same.
Yeah, I don't know. It's specifically called a transfer tray. I think it must work at the same way the M&Ms are working. You get
but what if you have different transfers?
There must be a way, a tray way.
We'll have to look into it.
We'll have to look into it.
It's definitely not talented.
So anyways, Eddie, the edible printer, if it sounds crazy and you're like, what are these two talking about? It is. It is a crazy thing. Go to the Eddie Printer Users Group on Facebook and be in awe of the options.
It's so crazy. And if you go to Eddie, they have a TikTok, which is so fun to watch, where you can see different creators using the Eddie.
It really opens up some ideas. A lot of people think I'm just not creative. And you know what? I'm not. But a lot of the creative process is to get inspired by what else is out there. It just opens the door to be like, I can adapt that idea to this idea.
I know, it is.
Springboard off of that.
Crazy. So you can print on, someone just printed on a hamburger bun.
Smart.
Yeah, bun burp. We're like a little bunch of boys.
A lot of kids listen to this. Bun burp. That's for the boys.
Mentos.
Yeah.
M&Ms.
M&Ms.
Of course, royal icing cookies. Buttercream cookies is what they've printed on. They have a donut tray that you can now print on the top of a donut. Cheese.
Chips.
Queso. Just kidding. I want to see if you're listening.
I bet you could, though. Okay, let's say the queso got a little of that film on it.
Queso gets film on it
but watch Eddie knock over the bowl. Be like, good luck.
And he squishes that every other
time. You can go check that out. Now take us to Bakety Bake.
Bakety Bake is a meringue powder. It's one that we all love and it sells out. So you want to jump on it. It is super silky smooth.
A lot of people ask on your reels, where is your icing recipe? And it is on the back of that bag.
Oh, did you hear that?
It's the Google Maps card drove by.
I actually used the recipe on the back of the Royal Batch bag. I used to have this intricate recipe that I thought was like the bee's knees. Then I said, you know what? Life is too short.
Tomorrow me ain't going to want to do it.
That kind of time.
Tomorrow me said no. So Bakety Bake is a meringue powder. You can go to baketybakeIdaho.com. Code TWINS at checkout for 10% off, which
she ships to Canada and the United States.
Canadians pay so much more than we do. When I do the Canadian exchange, it feels like the thing is suddenly on sale.
Yeah, robbery.
Yeah, that's crazy. You Canadians, love you. America's hat.
Because
somebody called that America's hat. Sorry, that was rude.
That was not rude.
We're Canada's pants.
There you go. Canada's shorts.
That takes us to the podcast. Do you have a Twinterest? I do. I have a Twinterest.
Sure.
It is hard to buy Gam's a birthday gift. Every gift I bought Gam's to date, she's returned. Absolutely. She even asked me to help her print the return label. Yeah. For some reason, that is offensive, and I don't know why. So I said this year, her 84th birthday, I think I got it. Watching that woman try to cut a cardboard box with a scissor is akin to watching somebody cross the street with their eyes closed.
You would think you don't need to cut cardboard. Cardboard box. Okay, this is not a professional podcast.
You're right into us, guys. It's really human.
You do not have to cut cardboard boxes down, but that lady will cut every
into tiny slivers. Like I said, I don't think the trash man wanted you to like bring it back to whatever cardboard's made out of. So she's obsessed with cutting it down. She thinks it's like an ethical dilemma to put an uncut box outside. Her neighbors are like, here's my mattress.
And he rips it up.
That would be ideal. We don't have a dog. So what I got her is this thing, $20, maybe even, I think it might have been like $20, $30. It's these, I saw it on TikTok. It's a powered cardboard box cutter. Has a blade.
You'll be missing a finger.
Yeah, I wouldn't put my finger in a way. However, it does have some safety features. Not a lot though. No. So. But you can just right through that. I have been using it myself extensively. It's a rechargeable battery. And that thing, my sister, Ashley went and got one. Jen got one. You guess you have the dog.
I got the dog.
But yeah, that thing is just cutting. And then I said again, I was like, hey, do you want me to print the return label? And she was like, absolutely not.
Wow.
I got one. I got one.
You did it. I already talked about this back brace.
What is that? Oh, yeah, we did. Oh, then find something else.
Oh, that's what I just latched onto.
Yeah.
Do I have anything
Let's
else?
think. I don't know that you've been interesting this week.
I've never been interesting. It's probably going to be the acorn backers, whatever that
You didn't get it yet. Pistachio will be a fun color.
I wonder what it's going to look like.
Minty green, no?
Like a light minty green?
I feel like when you go to Talenti, the gelato.
I have no idea what that is.
Talenti? You don't know what a Talenti ice cream
I've
is?
seen the name, but I've never pronounced it physically.
Okay, it's this shape of a bottle, brown top, and you can always see the gelato inside. So you get it in the ice cream section.
I don't know.
The best gelato.
You know, I've given up ice cream.
I know. And this one, you just got to eat this one on the toilet. Basically. Just put over there. But it is so disgustingly good. But their pistachio is a mint green. On the toilet. No, I can really only stomach it once a year. Just really good or really bad days. Just send on a high or low note, whatever you want to say. But there's quality. You guys, you're allowed to leave us a bad review. Oh, next week, remind me, at Amazon Podcasts, there's reviews, and people have written us really nice ones. There's 5 of them.
Really?
And people wrote nice stuff.
Amazon podcast?
Yeah. When I was looking at Audible, you can pull up this podcast on Audible, and people are like, saying nice
Guys,
things.
it's so nice.
Please do not leave a bad review for today. We'll be better next week. It's just hot.
It's rainy.
It's hot.
And
I don't do well.
Hot.
And that takes us through the bumper podcast. See you guys next week.